Item number 10 real quickly, and let me just give you a very brief, quick update on that mediation, which you've heard about in previous CAMPO meetings, but progress is being made. First of all, you will recall that there are 4 groups that would initially have been involved: the Fix 290 Coalition, the Oak Hill Association of Neighborhoods, Consensus 290, and the Oak Hill Business Professional Association. They've all signed the letter that requested the mediation. And you'll recall that the April 13th CAMPO meeting, we distributed that letter and you all saw it. Other groups may be brought into the process. One of the mediator's first jobs, of course, will be to determine whether or not and identify if, in fact, we need to have other parties that should be, need to be, ought to be involved. The goal of the process is to find a design correcting this traffic issue that the stakeholders can rally around. By the way, it's been suggested by at least one of the stakeholders, one of the leaders of the stakeholders, that what ought to happen here is that TxDOT should be offering alternatives to the community to respond to. It's not simply just simply offering alternatives, but instead should be responding to the issues that are raised by the community. And I think that's well stated. TxDOT should not be in the position of just offering alternatives and allowing the community to respond to it, but be listening as part of this mediation process and respond to issues raised. In fact, that is a key part of what the mediation process will do. Judge Joe Hart, a retired state district judge of some renown in Travis County and outside of Travis County, and a well-recognized, effective mediator in our community, will conduct the mediation, working in association with the University of Texas Dispute Resolution Center. CAMPO is raising the money from the general public, neighborhood groups, and community leaders to pay for the mediation. In fact, it is a contract with CAMPO, so that what we would do is we would have all the stakeholders that might be involved. We let them be involved and not be the ones that the contract was running through. So CAMPO is basically the convener and the pass-through agency for the funding. And by the way, TxDOT has not been asked to contribute to that, so that the community will feel like we can commit to that process without having TxDOT be, in fact, one of the stakeholders. And that's an important thing. TxDOT's role in the process, for those that, and the reason I report on this is because I've had some requests for information on this. Its role in the process is to be a resource, as I previously suggested, and to help the stakeholders work through the process and consider different options, but TxDOT is not a stakeholder itself. That's not the appropriate role for TxDOT. The groups will begin meeting with the mediators in the very near future. The goal is to build consensus around one design by early August. While the call for the Transportation Improvement Plan is July 6th, CAMPO and CAMPO staff has indicated that they will do this, but we'll wait until mid-August for a proposed TIP amendment outlining the work at this intersection. And we think that what that does is that gives the process time to work, but also gives us time to deal with that specific spot as we go forward to try to hit our October deadline for the Transportation Improvement Program. I have been impressed thus far with the various groups recognizing that this is a mediation process, a consultative process, and while everybody's got their positions, everybody seems to be taking the position they get. We're not going to draw lines in the sand. That's not what this process is about. In fact, it would screw up the mediation if early in the process people start drawing lines in the sand. I've been impressed with that. I encourage people to continue in that mode without drawing lines in the sand. So that's a quick report. If you got questions that I can answer, I'd be happy to do it. But we're moving. It's making progress on an important part of the community.
Quick question.
Sure.
CAMPO's role, other than paying for the mediation, are we going to be present during mediation to hear what they're saying?
We certainly can be if we want to be.
Okay.
It's with all that we've got going on, including the aggressive schedule of CAMPO meetings and work sessions, the aggressive schedule that we have with regard to task forces. Everybody's welcome to do that, and we'll make sure that the members of CAMPO know when those mediations are going to occur. But they've got a very aggressive schedule too in working meetings.
Right, so it's going to be Joe Hart's group making a recommendation back to CAMPO in terms of what mediation outlines.